you want to start with Miitopia, or do you want to get to that?
I guess we can just start with it. We just watched the Japanese direct for Miitopia, which is a game not coming out in the U.S.
Not yet, anyway. I hope it does, because it looks interesting. To say the least. It's definitely unique.
That it is that. Yes, it is definitely unique.
It looks like a cross between Tomodachi Life and maybe the Fire Emblem relationship system, and just
there's a little bit of Dragon Quest in there too.
Yeah,
the combat wise.
Mm-hmm. With the Bravely Default multiple class system.
I didn't know where you
mixed
were going
with an auto scrolling RPG.
Yeah, so I guess it's more about making your own stories than it is about going on a full RPG adventure.
Yeah.
So you take family and friends and whatever. Mm-hmm. Or I guess you can just make up your own too.
Yeah. So
but,
I mean,
the turnoff for me was no world to explore. It's kind of a deal breaker for me, but I'm glad that you're here to be excited about things like this.
I am. It looks really charming. I'm sure, because I think it showed in the town. It showed the character moving around, pressing A to talk to a bunch of people. So yeah, it looks like there's some. I don't think it's your typical open world type of exploration, but it does look like there is some type of free movement. But I think that ultimately it's about, I think, like you said, creating your own story with whatever characters you toss in there, and I don't know. It looks like it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, because they have the some kind of room or hotel or something that you can move your Mii around to interact with the other characters. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see any free exploration or free roaming.
No, it did kind of seem like they're the characters would have conversations as they're going through the field or dungeon or what have you.
Was there an item shop? I didn't see how they got weapons or equipment.
It almost looked like the characters kind of said, "Hey, here's an item. It costs this much. Can I have the money to go get that?" And I think you give them the money. They run out, and then they run back with the weapon. That's what it seemed like.
So how long do you think these are? Do you think they're shorter? It's a shorter game so that you can replay it a lot?
I think it's definitely not a 40-hour RPG.
No.
But I think it lasts substantially longer than a Street Pass game.
Yeah. So not quite Final Fantasy 15.
No, definitely not. Nowhere near that long.
Okay, so anyways, there was a Nintendo Direct story thing that went along with it.
Yeah.
And there's no good translation of it, so we had no idea what was happening. So before we kind of get into the hilarity of the auto translation, the basic story, just from what it seemed like, there's a lady who works in the office, and her boss is kind of a mean guy. And there's the office hunk. There's the old guy with the glasses. It was constantly readjusting them.
Yeah, and then there was the other lady who was, I guess, really nice to the main character.
I guess they were friends.
I guess
it's hard to follow that.
And all those people show up as characters in the game. So
now, was she dreaming of playing the game?
It seemed like that. The 3DS was all magic and glowy, and it transported her into Dreamland, which is Miitopia, I guess.
Yeah, not anything to do with Kirby.
No.
What if the 3DS? What if you could play dream versions of games while sleeping? You catch up on your backlog while sleeping.
That would be... If anyone could figure out how to do that, I think that would be a very lucrative business. Because, I mean, I haven't played, at least to completion, half of the games in my library.
Yeah, and the ones that I've loaned you. So
that That too. I have like 3 or 4 of your games that I've played.
Yeah, I was going through my 3DS collection. I was like, oh yeah, that one's Charles has that one and that one and that.
I just need to return Metroid.
I was gonna say you should give that one back because I know you're not gonna play Federation Force anymore.
I keep thinking about it honestly.
And then you think of a better game too.
I keep thinking of because I really liked that first level. It felt like a condensed area in Metroid Prime, the good one.
Wait, what's the bad one?
The bad one is this one.
Okay,
because it is technically a game. It is technically part of the Metroid Prime series.
I guess it's more like Hunters.
It's a spin-off.
Yeah,
but
we should not get too off on that. Back to Metopia.
Yeah. The translations were really weird. We set it to auto translate Japanese to English, and it came up with stuff like you are like 10 aircraft or something.
Yeah, it was not good. I mean, I really couldn't get the gist of it, and there were like words that like just wouldn't translate at all. Like they'd talk and nothing came up. So.
Yeah. Doing the chicken. There was a really long one and I don't know what they were saying, but the translation we got back was, in the idol college, which is made by superimposing the photo of a celebrity's face on a pornographic image by using a computer by function. I'll send you the file, the picture.
Okay.
With the audio file, and you can show that.
Yeah, we'll mention that. I guess we can just bring up that there will be an image on screen now. So
yeah,
if you're like doing other things while listening to this.
Yeah, it's showing. It's right now. It's flashing. Now it's spinning.
Gonna make some extra work for me.
If you don't want to do that, then just like edit the part out where I tell you to do that. It looks cute, and I love Tomodachi Life, so I think I would really like this.
Yeah. How much do you think this would cost, or this should cost?
This seems like I don't think this would be.
I'm going 10, but
I want to say like 12 or 15.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably more accurate, but just given what the content that we saw in the direct.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty short. It was a pretty short video.
Yeah, honestly, like the gameplay was only about a third, not quite, maybe a half.
Yeah, and we were only seeing like a little bit. It was like like they were kind of glossing over, I think, like larger parts of it. It was more of like hey, here's all the stuff you can do, but it didn't like give specifics about each type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, this looks like it would be a great mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I think I would play it more if it were a mobile game.
They need to add this into Metamo.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, you'd probably have to pay for that functionality.
I would pay for that functionality, honestly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because it would make and this is kind of a good segue into.
I was going to say, I wanted to talk a little bit about the update.
Yeah, Metamo did get an update, and it did bring a lot more functionality to it. But I do want to kind of finish this thought. I think if Metamo did have some sort of RPG mechanic to it, I think that would give it more. I can't think. That would make it more appealing, I would think.
Oh, definitely. But they did add quite a bit for free in this new update. So
they added room decoration.
Yeah, I think we already talked about what it was adding, but we didn't talk about our impressions because it wasn't out yet last time. So you're back to playing Miitomo.
I am. I'm now choosing to delete other things than Miitomo from my phone when I run out of space.
So how long do you think this will last you?
I think this is going to last me a good bit because I don't know. I'm kind of getting back into it. It's not.
Yeah, you've had some hilarious posts. I really enjoyed your "Where's Charldo?"
I dressed my me up as Waldo. I changed. I think at one point I actually edited the
yeah,
face.
you did. Because I logged in. I was like, "What the heck?"
And like I think I sent you a message like disguised as Waldo.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet you can't find me. And then like I posted a picture. I grabbed one of the screens, or one of the Where's Waldo scenes, and I shrunk my me down and just kind of like stuck them in there. Where's Charldo?
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, so the message system is actually pretty interesting because, like, that's what I've been mostly using my sidekick me's for, is delivering the messages. Because you can pick to have any of your sidekick me's deliver it.
Yeah.
So
I haven't...
And you've now seen my first sidekick me.
Yeah, Reggie. And he raises his eyes to the heavens and coins rain down and he says, "Give me all your money."
I felt that was pretty appropriate for
it. Reggie's a cool guy, though.
He is.
He listens to our podcast, as previously established.
He's not sharing it enough, though.
No.
I feel like we need to tell him to share more.
Yeah, Reggie, do your part. Save America. Listen, share our podcast. I haven't gotten any messages from you. What's up with that?
I just haven't been... I've been, like, farming the my Nintendo coins, but I really haven't had a lot of time to fully play it, so... I will be sending more messages.
Okay.
But I'm working a lot more now, so and I have a lot of projects due. So.
Did you get my Garfield message?
Yes, I did. Yes, that was a pretty good... Did you make that?
Yeah.
The Garfield?
No, well, I think I actually... No, I grabbed the me from somewhere online.
Oh, okay.
I think I had because I recently restarted Tomodachi Life because I just wanted to, I kind of condense what characters I had in there because I had a lot of like extraneous characters I didn't really care about. I had Garfield in there, and I sort of brought him over to Miitomo. And I gave him like I filled up his catchphrases. So you'll have to check him out.
Yeah, I haven't been to his room yet, but
I haven't decorated it or anything. But
so I think a couple features that they added that we didn't talk about was that you only get one poster space.
Yeah,
for all of your Mii's. So for your sidekick Mii's too. Like if you want to have a poster in your sidekick Mii's room, like I put a big Reggie face on Reggie's room. And I had to take off my poster in my room to do that.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, because it's 99 cents per poster, which seems like a...
Oh, is that how you how you get them?
Yeah,
because I couldn't figure out how to... If there was a way to get more.
Yeah, that seems like... 99 cents seems like way too much for one poster space.
Yeah. I was just thinking that there was a way to earn them in-game. Like maybe like you earn slots in Miitomo Drop.
I don't think so. Not that I've seen. And then they also added Answer Central and... Style Central, which are online like forums for questions and styles.
Yeah, the Style Central is pretty cool. I poked my head in there a couple times, and it seems like people are creating characters and just kind of showing off. Because I saw like Iron Man and Snow White, stuff like that. So, and it's really funny how people are making the costumes so that like certain characters like they'll arrange their face so that. Like the dog costume, it's like a hood. Your Mii wears, and they make the face so that it looks like the mouth with a tongue.
Oh yeah. I saw like a Baymax in there.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I haven't really messed around with Answer Central. It seems sort of like the Everybody Answers.
It is. It pretty much is
type thing.
But I think there's 3 or 4 at a time.
I haven't really looked at it too much,
okay.
But I like that there's more of a like an overall community aspect to it rather than just
it feels like you're not playing it by yourself anymore.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, like there's a whole. It feels like they've integrated just a little bit, like a hint of Miiverse in there.
Yeah, because like one thing that's always kind of been a little frustrating is the friend system with Nintendo is that you had to have friend codes and you could only interact with those people. This feels more like you're able to kind of like reach out to the community at a large.
Yeah, can you send friend requests through Answer Central or Style Central?
I think you can. I think if you can find someone on Miitomo, then you can go to their room and I think you can add them as a friend.
Okay.
Or at least send them a friend request.
Yeah, there's no guarantee they'll get back to you on that.
No, but I mean, you can. I'm sure there are people out there because
Yeah.
I still haven't reached my 20.
Yeah, what are you at?
I think I'm at either 15 or 16.
Oh wow, are you just friending random people, or do you know that many people playing it?
I guess I know that many people.
Because I have 11 friends, and I've been stuck at that for a while.
Mostly it's like relatives or something who played it once.
Okay, yeah, I got my grandmother to play it, and she played it I think 3 times.
I love how your mom is still playing it.
Yeah, I kind of talk her into playing it every time I see her, so kind of forcing her, and my sister too. I just kind of force people to play because I feel like I'm the only one playing it. So
Well,
and I'm glad to have you back. Then.
Yeah, I'm back. I think I'm gonna stick around with this. It's a very good update.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are going to be bigger changes in the future. So
I hope so.
I'm excited. I've got that excitement back, and that's good.
Yeah, it feels like Nintendo's wanting to make this more of their a platform than a full game.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of excites me.
Yeah, it's more like a. It's like Nintendo's Facebook, I guess, kind of, or maybe Twitter. Nintendo's Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, the messaging system is nice. So
yeah, it's really neat being able to create goofy characters and send messages to your friends that way.
Yeah, you might be getting some more Reggie messages.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Reggie's welcome in my home anytime.
So my Nintendo stuff, kind of going off of that. There's some new prizes based on Metroid.
There was a theme.
Yeah, Metroid stuff. So this was yet another terrible celebration of the Metroid 30th anniversary. Mm-hmm. So you get another one of those My Nintendo themes, which I haven't downloaded it, but I'm assuming it has that same music.
Oh, I bet.
I downloaded the
that iconic Metroid pizzeria music.
I downloaded the Isabelle theme. Same music.
Oh no.
Same music. It's
why couldn't Isabel's theme would be perfect for the home screen.
Exactly. But they want to get your $2 on the theme shop for that.
That's no.
So
no, you're getting nothing out of me. No.
It's I try it every time thinking maybe this one will be different. I really thought the Isabelle one might be different. But I'm not even sure I want to get the Samus one now.
Yeah. But it's almost like if you don't, then Nintendo will do that thing where it's well, I guess it's not popular anymore, and then they just stop caring about it at all. Kind of like what happened with Mother.
Yeah, definitely. I fear they're going to do that with Star Fox, because they made Star Fox Zero and it was terrible, and I think it was one of the fastest turnarounds to new games to being traded back in both Best Buy and GameStop. I think it was within a week. They got most of their copies back.
Yeah.
So, and I fear they're gonna go, oh, Star Fox isn't popular.
Yeah, that kind of happened with Chibi Robo.
Yeah, because they actually said that though with Ziplash.
Yeah, it's
they're if this game doesn't sell well, Chibi Robo's dead, and it's but the game isn't that great.
It's why are you giving us a really bad product and saying, well, if this doesn't sell well, then we're just not going to make anything else.
Yeah. And see, that's what I fear they're going to do that with Star Fox, and we're going to have to wait another 10 years for them to go. I wonder if this is popular now.
They'll re-release the SNES version as an HD remake, but it'll still have all the low polygons.
Yeah.
It'll just have a bigger draw distance and 60 frames per second.
Isn't that what they did with Star Fox Zero?
Yeah, more polygons, bigger draw distance, and motion controls.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's the same game. It really is.
Yeah,
except worse. So much worse. But not to get too far off of that, there's also a bunch of coupons on My Nintendo for Metroid games. Does anyone care at this point? I mean, you should get... I think it's 30% off of the Metroid Prime trilogy. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't picked up that game and you have a Wii U, which is no one, definitely... use the discount.
Yeah, I still need to get a Wii U because there are a bunch of games that I want to get for it. Yeah. Specifically Mario Kart 8 because I love myself some Double Dash, but it's starting to get a little old.
You have Mario Kart Wii too, right?
We have the box for Mario Kart Wii.
Oh, okay. Have you tried sticking the box into the disc slot?
You know what? Maybe I should try that. Who knows? Maybe it'll work.
Where's the disc? Does Patrick have it?
Probably. Patrick. There was one other thing in My Nintendo that for some reason got an entire article about it. Link's new hairdo is available as a Miitomo reward.
Wait, Miitomo or mine?
Yeah, it's a My Nintendo reward in Miitomo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
because that was free through the Miitomo drops.
Was it
during E3?
Oh, well, it's back, I guess.
But it was never available to purchase on My Nintendo. That's weird.
I don't know. I saw like a recent article about it, so maybe I'm behind the times.
Okay.
Maybe they're just bringing it back. Maybe it's like
is it
new.
Is it the hair from Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, I already have that, and I got it through the E3 2016.
It's either that or like maybe one of the variations, because I know in the trailers, in the E3 trailers for Breath of the Wild, they showed Link having different hairstyles.
Okay.
Which I'm interested to see how they work that out.
Yeah. And as far as like as long as we're talking about My Nintendo, I'm probably going to have a lot of extra points. Because the points, the platinum coins expire this December, end of December. So unless there's something really amazing that comes out, I guess I'll be doing a giveaway.
Can you give away points?
I can buy things and then give the download code.
Okay.
So I guess that's gonna. I mean, and I'm not going to be able to spend all of that.
Right.
I can't imagine. So.
All right. Well. Stay tuned for
if you care about cheap coupons and terrible 3DS themes.
Okay, where would you like announce that? Like maybe on Twitter or something?
I don't have Twitter.
You don't have a Twitter?
No.
Okay.
Probably on QGP.
Okay.
Or Facebook or something. I don't know.
Well,
I don't think most people care, but
don't say that.
I'll just edit that out.
They care. They care because we care.
So I don't know. Maybe you'll have some extra points too.
Maybe. I mean, I don't have a lot, but I'm going to start getting up there because I'm actively playing.
Yeah, it builds up there. So, and unless you want to download some of those amazing 3DS themes, which we should hype up because I might be giving them away. I can't give away Miitomo stuff because it's direct, like direct to your account. So.
Yeah.
But I think the coupons and any of the download stuff will have codes. So we might be giving away a free copy of, what is that, Twilight Princess Picross?
Pie-cross. Don't cross this pie.
That everyone seems to want.
Do they?
No.
Well, I was trying
to
on top of it today, aren't I?
I was trying to build up anticipation.
Yeah,
Maybe get more viewers.
I actually haven't played it, so maybe I will be the lucky winner. Who knows?
Because I think I can only buy one copy. I think that's
so.
How it works,
one of you lucky fellas out there, one lucky winner
person
will be walking away with a hot copy of Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
There's
Pie-cross.
I think there's like a whopping 35 puzzles. It's something like really low like that. So.
Are there is there a DLC? Like,
no.
Can you get more?
No. I think it's just that. I mean, this is just a huge disappointment all around.
Boy, and we want to give this away.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It almost feels like it's at the end of the day, it's just gonna kind of be a loss.
Yeah.
A loss.jpg.
I mean, do you think there's going to be anything interesting that they try to give away at the end of the year to get people to use up their points?
Maybe, but I wouldn't hold your breath. I honestly feel like the biggest stuff is going to come at the same time as the Switch.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe gold Joy-Cons.
Maybe.
I mean, they gave away a gold nunchuck through Club Nintendo. So.
Yeah, I remember that. I really wanted to get it because it would match the.
Yeah, but it was only in Japan.
Gold remote. Oh, only in Japan, of course.
All the good stuff is.
All that glitters is
Anyway, Super Mario Run. There was a new trailer.
Yeah.
This game that won't exist for Android users until next year.
Ha ha ha! Don't worry, I'll be sure to do a thorough investigation when it comes out.
Are you going to pay the $9.99 to unlock the full game?
Probably not immediately, but when I can, eventually, yeah, I'm going to.
Okay. Even though you're planning on getting the Switch with Super Mario Switch?
The Super Mario Switch?
Yeah, the new game.
Oh, yeah.
They showed like 4 seconds of.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. But, no.
What did you think of the trailer?
The trailer? I don't know. I kind of like the way they went a little more in depth into like what some of the levels would be like and how like some of the mechanics would work.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the dungeons, it looks like the level kind of wraps around itself. So like when Mario reaches the edge of the screen, he pops back over on the other side.
Yeah, that kind of like NES arcade style.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And I don't know.
So I had some like thoughts. I broke it down into like things I like, things I don't like, and things that I thought was just stupid.
Okay. Now it's been a while since I've seen the trailer, so you probably have stronger things to say about it than I do.
Yeah.
So I'll let
Well,
you.
one of my complaints when we talked about it the first time was that there wasn't enough area variety. So they've showed off like a giant mushroom area and ghost houses. I think those are the 2 new environments. So it makes me feel a little better. I didn't see like the desert world, or I don't know how you do water with it, but
I think they could make it work.
But everyone's favorite ghost houses are back. I don't know anyone that likes those levels.
I don't know. The ghost houses were we played Super Mario Maker, and the first thing I tried to do was make a ghost house, and half of my ideas wouldn't work because like you can't do that in Super Mario Maker.
You were the first person. Like everyone else, I gave Super Mario Maker like, here, make a level, and everyone else was like, there's so many features. They like couldn't. Like they were overwhelmed with all the stuff they could do, and then I give it to you, and you're like, "Wow, there's just not enough in here."
Well, because I had the way I went into it. We're just kind of getting on a rabbit trail, but I do want to kind of, I guess, finish this. The way I went into it was I was like taking inspiration from the previous Mario games, and the things that they did in the ghost houses, and I kind of wanted to create this sort of. I really wanted to create this kind of spooky atmosphere and all these tricks and puzzles and whatnot. And you can't make trick walls. You don't have the poles that you can climb up and stuff. And so like a lot of the things that I wanted to have in the level, I wasn't able to implement.
Yeah, I mean the one good thing though is like when they have enough limitations like that. If you look at the online community, the people who make really good levels, they get around stuff like that in some really creative ways.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I think Super Mario Maker is better for being more limited. Like, because it's more limited.
Right.
It's encouraged more creativity within the users.
Mm-hmm. And that's true with any creative medium, is that limitation inspires creativity. Mm-hmm. So, I think you're absolutely right. I'm just saying that like I went into it expecting to be able to create this perfect level like exactly how I had it in mind, and I kind of had to make some compromises. But I think it still turned out to be a pretty fun level.
Yeah, yeah.
You seem to enjoy it at least.
And the most fun mode, and this is what I'll probably get the most use out of, is the like friend competition. Like when you get your friend's time and then you race against their ghost through the levels. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, like Coin Rush, I think, was the mode in New Super Mario Brothers 2, and I played that all the time.
Yeah.
Because like anyone used Street Pass, then you could go up against their times, like for coin collection.
Yeah. What was like the? Because I had that game and I never. What was like the ultimate goal to like getting all the coins?
Like what you got for it?
Yeah, like what was the...
The title screen turned gold, and you got a gold Mario statue on the title screen. That's literally all it did. Because I've collected about 1.5 million coins now. I played that game a lot.
I mean, it's a good game. It's a good portable 2D Mario. A good portable 2D Mario.
Yeah, so the ghost, like racing your friend's ghosts, looked really interesting.
Yeah.
Things I didn't like So Mario like auto jumps over Goombas.
Does he auto jump or like?
They showed like there was like a cartoon finger that would tap the screen every time Mario jumped, and it didn't tap for any of the short jumps. So it looks like that stuff is automatic. Like you choose when you want to spring off of a Goomba, but he automatically does that like somersault thing over them. Or like he does like a hand plant off of them. I don't know. He's doing some crazy stuff in this game.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't see why they would do that though, because like why would they let you just like automatically vault over enemies? What's the point?
I think it's like a string of enemies, maybe. I mean, because there was the line of Goombas, and like the cartoon finger, like tapped the screen to jump up to the Goombas, and then it didn't tap to go, and Mario just like vaulted over each one of them in a row, and then on the last one, it tapped again to bounce off of it. So I don't know, to open up alternate routes. I just feel like it makes it too easy, though.
Yeah. So like yeah, and like then the only danger is like maybe falling or like running into spikes or something. What's the point of having enemies if you can just like roll
Well, it might
over
not
them?
be all of them, but have there been any Koopas in this one?
I don't remember. I think maybe in the dungeon it had like they had a dry bones.
Okay.
I think, but I can't.
I haven't been overwhelmed with the enemy variety.
No, I mean, like I said, I don't remember everything that they showed in the trailer, but it didn't seem like they had a whole lot.
And then I guess like one of the overall themes that I don't like about it is like the Mario games are always about finding secrets, and it feels like they're kind of limiting that by moving forward the whole time. I mean, I see why they're doing it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that they would get rid of any like secrets in levels. I absolutely think that even with an auto runner where you can't backtrack, that there can be secret paths that you could get to.
Well, it looks like there's more alternate routes like the old Sonic games, but I'm not sure because like collecting the 3 star coins is like my favorite thing with the new 2D Mario games. So, and that doesn't seem to be in there. So, because you had to look pretty hard for them, like going down pipes and whatnot. Have they shown going down pipes?
I don't think so.
Being a thing. So, I mean that. I just feel like it's limiting the Mario series too much.
Yeah,
Like a little too Mario light.
I don't know. I mean, there's really no way of knowing unless they show more or until it comes out.
Well, I guess you'll give us a report on that.
Yeah, I will. And when you come over, I can let you mess around with it.
Okay. And the thing that I thought looked really stupid, the Toad Town building thing.
Yes,
There seemed to be no point at all.
No,
Like I watched it. Like I kept rewinding multiple times to see what is it doing, and there was no point. It's just you're placing objects in a small town,
and it wasn't even like there was like maybe like 7 spaces, 6 or 7 spaces.
yeah, not like a whole. Like if you were building a city or something, and you're trying to like make the toads happier or something.
Yeah, I mean, I can like if it were something like one of those isometric like Mushroom Kingdom city builder or something.
Yeah, just like a side mode, but this feels so tacked on. If that's all.
It's like it's almost like having badges on your Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah,
the badge arcade.
It looks nice, but they're completely useless
Right.
and take up space.
So
those were my thoughts. That's pretty much all I got out of the trailer.
Yeah, I think you definitely had a lot more to say about it than me.
Okay.
I don't have anything to follow up on with that.
Okay.
So I guess we should move on.
Okay, so Wii U production ended. This was last week, I think.
I think so. Yes.
I think we missed that story. Yeah. Wow. Already.
Yeah, it's weird because like it feels like other consoles are only just now. Like the PlayStation 3 is like only just going out of production. Like I know that was like maybe a few months ago, but it was like it's 10 years old now.
Yeah, and the Xbox One is 11.
Yeah. And
so,
and it's just it's weird. It doesn't like the Wii U wasn't around for very long, and it's already like they're stopping.
Yeah, and the thing that concerns me a little bit is if my gamepad breaks down, I don't know how to get another one. Like, I mean, I don't know how long Nintendo's going to fix them.
Mm-hmm.
And considering I like keeping consoles and playing them like many years into the future, and Wii U has quite a few really good games that I'd love to come back to in like 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
It makes me a little bit concerned because I feel like these are going to be expensive to buy once they're out of production.
Right.
Because of the gamepad, like it's not really a easy replaceable, which I guess is the same issue with the Switch. Like these aren't really future-proof consoles for collectors.
Right, because if like the gamepad pad is like integral to the system, there's some games that you cannot play without it.
Well, you can't get to the menu without it because like to log into your account is only on the gamepad. So if you don't do that, it just shows Wii U up on your TV the entire time until you tap it. So yeah, just kind of sad though overall that it's.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of great games, but it never reached its full potential.
Yeah. The upside is that now that we're moving on into the future, it might be easier for me to acquire one from.
Yeah, there's no announcement of a price drop, but you'd think.
Yeah.
You think they will at some point when they're not moving off shelves.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, like you can get like a GameCube for like $50. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to pick up a Wii U.
For $50?
No, not for $50, but like for cheaper than it's selling right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it gets cheap enough, maybe I'll buy a backup one.
Yeah. Just like save it, make sure it works, and just like save it in case the.
Yeah. If it's brand new, it should work, but.
Yeah.
Or just leave it in box like all the Amiibo collectors.
Yeah.
I think I had something else I was going to say, and I cannot remember.
About the Wii U?
Yeah. Well, I guess like since we're talking about price drops, there's a new 3DS, Mario themed 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
The new 3DS.
Is that out now, or is that coming out on Black Friday?
It might. I think it's coming out Black Friday, and you can get it for $99.
Yes,
which is a fantastic deal.
I want the white one so bad. I love my XL but sometimes it just like it feels a little too big. And honestly, like when the new 3DS came out, I really wanted the smaller one just because it was customizable.
Yeah, I mean it didn't sell as well as the XL, so that's why they only released the XL at first.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a 3DS at this point, this is the perfect time to pick one up.
Yeah.
Because this is the new 3DS, has the C stick, the extra shoulder buttons that are never used for anything ever, Amiibo support, the extra processing power, and the stable 3D.
Yeah. And this is, this is just like maybe like $20 more than getting the 2DS.
Yeah.
At its lowest price.
It doesn't come with the game. The 2DS does come with a game for $80, but and the screen sizes are slightly bigger.
Mm-hmm.
They're not quite as small as the original 3DS. So.
Right. And I've heard it's a lot more comfortable to hold than the original because it's got rounded edges. The original had kind of very sharp edges.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're listening to this, Isaac, I loaned him my original 3DS because I'm trying to get him hooked on gaming, and specifically Nintendo stuff. So he's playing Ocarina of Time 3D right now.
Okay. Are you having a good time?
Just pause for an answer.
Yeah. Very good!
He said he's loving it and hating it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because like he loves like the world and everything, but he told me he's like getting frustrated with a lot of the puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
So, because it's a game from 1998. So.
Yeah, a lot of block puzzles.
Yeah. Anyways, Isaac, if you're listening to this, go buy this 3DS, please.
Yeah, this is the perfect time.
It really is. There's such a huge library of games for this thing. I mean, how old is the 3DS now? It's 2011, so then 5 years.
Yeah, and it's still going really strong.
Yeah, I mean, they're planning support into 2017, so like I can't imagine starting like picking up a 3DS now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just where do you start with that?
Right.
With that selection of games. I have probably, without counting the digital games, I probably have about 30, 35 games for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have, I think most of my games are digital.
Well, I guess I have a few less now. And you have a few more.
Yeah, I'll work on that someday.
I'm just messing with you. So yeah, go pick one up, Isaac, please.
Yeah,
Please.
definitely. This is a very good deal, and I don't think we can say that anymore without sounding like a broken record.
Okay, what's our next story to get off of this? I'm checking my phone right now. Oh, Swap Doodle.
Yes, Swap Note finally got a upgrade, or I guess a sequel. Swap Doodle,
spiritual successor. There we
yes.
go. It's a thing. Is it out now?
Yeah, it's out.
Okay.
I downloaded it already.
Okay.
I've already sent you a couple of stupid notes.
Okay, I have not downloaded it.
It's almost exactly the same. I mean, it's a slightly different interface. You boot it up and you kind of go through a bunch of lessons with I think her name's Nikki.
Yeah.
And as you go through those lessons, you unlock different pieces of functionality, and then you can start sending notes to your friends and whatnot.
Okay.
And
That sounds interesting.
yeah, it's exactly the same. There you can get different colors and brushes, different stationery.
Can you still doodle in 3D?
You can.
Like
I haven't
layers?
unlocked that yet
Oh, okay.
because I didn't like.
So there's
play
more
it.
of a progression system in this one.
Yeah, like you start out, and I think you can start drawing like right away. But as you unlock lessons, then like you get more ink to draw with, and you get different colors. Eventually you unlock the store, and there are like a couple of free upgrades you can get with that.
Okay. See, this is why we make a really good team. Is because like you sent I saw this article and I didn't even click on it. I was like, okay, whatever. And then you sent me this message. And you're like, I'm so excited. Like Swap Doodle's here. Like, oh yeah, I'm excited too.
No, you didn't. It wasn't even that. You were like, it feels like it came a bit late.
Yeah, I was like trying to be nice. Just like,
No,
I mean, I'll check it out, but I had like no anticipation for it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I didn't know it was out, so.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sent me Swap Doodles, I'll have to download it just to check it out.
Yeah, they're nothing special, but I'm sure that I'll come up with better stuff. But my only gripe with this is that honestly, I feel like Swap Doodle should be like baked into the operating system rather than it being a separate application, because it's almost too much of a hassle to exclusively be inside of Swap Doodle, because you have like if you want to play something else, but you also want to keep up a conversation with a friend. Maybe you don't have a phone and you can only talk through Swap Doodle, or maybe it's just like you're just having a fun conversation. But like only being able to be in Swap Doodle instead of being able to like jump in and out of a game.
Yeah, and given the load times too, I'm sure it has a little bit of a load time.
Yeah, I mean it's not huge, but like if
it's like Miitomo, right? Like it's just enough to be inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at it and you're like, I should get on Miiverse, and then you're like, well, it's going to take like I don't know 10 seconds to load. I just don't have that time.
Yeah.
So I mean that's how I feel about it. It's never. I get on there each week to get my 30 platinum coins, and that's it. Then I close it immediately after.
I think I don't know. I poke around a bunch in that.
Really?
But yeah, Swap Doodle. I like it. I'm glad that it's back. But honestly, it feels like the sort of thing that should be like integrated into the operating system rather than being a separate application.
Yeah, so like how great would it be if the Nintendo Switch had Miiverse and something like Swap Doodle condensed so that you could just like tap one button on the home menu.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could just tap on like your friend's icon or something and immediately send them something.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Like maybe you could send them like a screenshot, like, "Whoa, I just found this really cool thing in the game." You don't have to go through the rigmarole of like maybe like figuring out how to grab a screenshot or like suspending the game, opening up Miiverse and saying like, "Here's a picture of like what I'm looking at right now." Like just being able to like automatically like send that to whatever social media or just a friend,
and have it like have like a notification system so your friends can see that you sent that.
Mm-hmm.
On the Wii U, if you want to send a message through Miiverse, you have to boot up Miiverse, go to the message section, pick a friend, and then the notification they get is the home menu button blinks twice. And that's it. And if they missed that, the only other way to see it is to press the home button and the Miiverse icon will glow, meaning that you have a message.
So,
but you actually have to like either be looking at the gamepad.
You have to be looking for it. You can't just like see it out of the corner of your eye. Oh, I've got a message.
Yeah, like on the PlayStation 3, 4, and Vita, like when you send a message through the operating system, it just pops up on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't interrupt gameplay or anything. It just pops up. So they need to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I mean, we've only heard so much about the Switch. Maybe they're gonna bake something like that into it,
or have beta trials.
Maybe there was an article for Switch. It was saying like don't fall for any like beta testing scams for the Switch. And I saw the picture, the thumbnail for the article where it said like now accepting beta testers for the Switch, and it looks all official in Nintendo and everything. And like I almost got whiplash from like doing a double take. It was, and then I saw the article header.
It's like don't in front of it.
It's like don't fall for Switch scams, and I was like, oh gosh, I fell for that so hard.
Yeah, you sent me the message too. You were like so disappointed. I could tell.
Yeah, I wasn't so much disappointed as I was ashamed of myself.
Yeah, I got that message. I was like, I think I told you something like, I just don't read those. Like, I see Switch articles pop up, and I just don't click on them. Because I know, like Nintendo said, they're not talking about anything Switch until next year. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just all like hot for anything Switch related. Like I was like sniffing the ground, like looking for those crumbs.
And almost fell for it.
Yeah,
well, I guess you didn't almost.
Yeah,
fall for it.
I almost gave out my social security number to some guy in I don't know where.
It's like, I don't know why you need my social security number to give me a beta console, but okay.
Boy, I really want that beta console, so I better give it.
Oh, it's his bank account too to beta test Breath of the Wild. Okay.
Yes, supplement your in-game
security pin,
your in-game money with your actual bank account in real time.
So, moving on to our next story, Yoshi's Woolly World is getting a pattern creator.
Yes, the 3DS version.
Yes, yeah, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah.
So, your thoughts?
I think it's a nice little addition, and I think it'd be fun to paint all over Yoshi.
Yeah. So here's a question:
Mm-hmm.
Why not on Wii U?
Because the Wii U is dead, Zach.
But I mean, seriously, that doesn't take a whole lot to patch in,
Right?
and the Wii U feels perfect for that too. It has the touchscreen,
and it's a higher resolution too, so it looks so much nicer.
Yeah.
Where like on the 3DS, you're only like. It's a very low resolution device,
and I think I brought this up in our like second episode with the 3DS discussion, but I really can't stand this like Nintendo making like a port of a game and then adding new stuff.
Yeah, making that port better.
Yeah, especially when it's like I was the one who invested in your $300 console, I invested in your $60 game, and then you release like an inferior port with new features that I would love to play. Like that's messed up.
I get that. It almost feels like a slap in the face, like saying,
Yeah.
"Haha, you thought wrong."
Well, and no one was asking for it. Like you're going to be able to play Yoshi's Woolly World for the first time, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like you were asking for new content. Like you would be satisfied with the base game.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I was going to be like perfectly happy, like
I saw that I remember the direct, and they announced that they were going to release it. And I was like, oh, cool! I can finally play it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, there's all this like amiibo functionality, and there's going to be the Poochie amiibo, and then
the Poochie levels too.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, I guess that's cool too.
Yeah.
But like, I was more excited about being able to play the game at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really need the functionality. Like, why is it? Are they doing it as justification for porting it?
I don't understand. Like, I guess so, but there was enough content there.
Yeah.
I mean, they've taken out the co-op mode.
Mm-hmm. So is that like a?
But they're also charging $20 less. So I feel like they don't really, and maybe it'll be $40 with the amiibo.
Maybe.
So I really don't feel there's a need to add extra content. Like, I would be fine with it. I love Poochie's Yoshi's Woolly World. Like, that's one of my favorite Wii U games. It was really underrated. So, like, I love this game, and I would love to play more content.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that would be a great reason to come back to it.
Right.
But I'm not going to buy a separate version that looks worse. Like, it doesn't look as nice as the Wii U version.
Right.
It looks nice, but it doesn't look as nice.
Because one of the big the features for the original was this like super high definition, like fuzzy yarn aesthetic, and you lose a lot of that when you go down to a lower resolution device like the 3DS.
Yeah, I think they did zoom it in a little bit to make it look a little nicer.
And that's one thing that like I get that why they did that, so that it would look like, you know, you could like see a little more of the detail, but then you don't see as much of the level, and that's important.
Yeah, because then you end up with some of those like blind jump scenarios.
Yeah. I
mean, to be fair, Yoshi's Woolly World is not the hardest game ever.
No.
The bonus levels that you can unlock are incredibly challenging. I will forewarn you if you pick up the game.
Would you say that like how would you? This is kind of a rabbit trail.
Okay. That's our thing. So
yeah, Yoshi and Kirby. Mm-hmm. They're both like very similar kind of play styles, where it's like it's an easy game, easy to pick up, but they get more challenging as you go on. Which one do you think is easier?
Kirby.
Kirby?
Yeah, and especially with like comparing Kirby's Epic Yarn to Yoshi's Woolly World.
No, well, Kirby's Epic Yarn doesn't really count. It only counts like aesthetically. But I mean, like your typical Kirby game with the Kirby mechanics, and then your typical Yoshi game.
I still think Yoshi's harder, especially with its challenge levels. Because like the Kirby games have now had some more of those, like where if you collect all the objects in a world, then you unlock like one extra level that's harder. But like I breezed through Planet Robobot. And it took me quite a bit longer to get through Woolly World.
Okay.
So, just comparing those two. And I was comparing Epic Yarn because it's the same developer. And Yoshi's Woolly World is kind of like the spiritual successor to Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
So
I do like the way that they handled Yoshi in this. Instead of just making him like a yarn outline, making him actually like a yarn doll.
Which, do you remember when they first showed the game? They showed him as like the 2D yarn object.
Yeah,
like they weren't sure which style they were going to go with, but I'm glad they went with this one.
Yeah. Can you imagine if like Kirby had been a yarn doll?
That would have been really cool.
Yeah,
they should make that for the Nintendo Switch.
I feel like it could still work because like he could still do all the transformations and stuff.
Yeah, but they should also add in the power-ups, like the enemy copy ability,
and also add the combination powers. Bring that back.
Why has that not been a thing?
I don't know.
It's like, is it really that much more work? Like, you have the basic layout from Kirby 64.
Right.
That was the best part of that game.
Just update the graphics, man. It's so easy.
I would totally buy a Kirby 64 remake, though. Because that was like the first video game I ever played. So
I remember seeing it.
It's my demo. Crash Bandicoot too.
Yeah, I remember seeing Kirby 64 in the video game store called Hastings. I don't know if Hastings is still a thing.
I don't think so, or at least I haven't heard of it recently.
Yeah. And I remember seeing a demo for it in the store and just being like mystified by it.
It has like. I've gone back to it a couple times recently, and the controls are not as good as I remember them, but it has so much charm. Mm-hmm. Like I would argue it's the most charming Kirby game they've made.
Yeah.
So.
And as with almost every single Kirby game, it has a super good soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It has like some of the best themes from the past games as well, updated.
Mm-hmm. This is a really big one. Zelda Escape Room.
I saw the article, and then I just didn't get a chance to watch the video.
Okay, so I probably should have done a little more research. I don't remember who it is that's partnering with Nintendo to make this, but it's basically a real Zelda dungeon that you and your friends work through.
Is it one room or is
no?
it...
It's like a series of rooms. It's like a dungeon.
Okay.
And there are like puzzles and items from the franchise, and it's like a
you get a hook shot.
No, it specifically said no hook shot.
Oh man, that would be. I would pay any amount of money. I would save up any sum necessary to be able to use a hook shot.
I think there would probably have to be a pretty lengthy waiver.
Don't aim at friends. And
yeah, we are absolutely not responsible for any death or injury inflicted by the hook shot.
Oh, that would be so much fun, though.
Yeah. But yeah,
so what do you get? Like,
it's a well, it didn't go into like specifics about like exactly what's in it.
Because I can't imagine like they're going to trust you with bombs.
No,
or a bow and arrow. And
no,
boomerangs don't work. They just don't. You ever tried throwing a boomerang?
Yeah,
they just don't work.
I mean, I've got it to like maybe come back in my direction.
Really? That's more than I've got. I get it to like turn maybe 90 degrees, and then it just like flies into a bush or something.
Yeah, it's like you have to kind of like hold it like between your finger and thumb.
Yeah.
And then kind of.
I swear they just don't work though.
And also, it can't be windy.
At all.
Ever. So I don't know.
Indoors.
I don't know how they did it back in the Wild West. It was the Far West.
So back to Dungeon. Did they say how much this was and where it's at?
I don't remember if they said, but it's like a physical, tangible dungeon or a series of rooms with puzzles. Nintendo of America has teamed up with escape room company Scrap to create a legendary puzzle experience and make its way to 8 U.S. cities in 2017.
Okay. So they don't specify which cities? There's got to be one of them's got to be New York.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything just yet. Instead of escaping from a locked room, participants work in teams of 6 to solve a mystery in a huge area, all within a set time limit. The experience will let guests interact with classic items and characters seen in the Legend of Zelda series like the Goron, Zora, and Kokiri tribes.
How?
Discovered items can be used to solve puzzles and move forward into other areas, just like in the Legend of Zelda games.
How are they going to do a Goron?
Oh, here are the cities. San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, Seattle, Phoenix, Houston, Chicago, and New York. $36 for early bird and $61 for gold package. Gives you
do you get My Nintendo discount? 1% off if you spend all of your coins.
Yeah, empty your account now, and we'll give you.
So that sounds interesting. Why teams of 6 and not 4? Like that's a missed opportunity. Just give them like the Four Swords hats.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so that more people can enjoy it at one time.
I mean, I know why. It's like it's a money making thing. They get more people through it. So, but still,
maybe
missed a Four Swords opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. But I think this is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because who hasn't wanted to be able to at least like for a little bit kind of be in the shoes of the hero, to be able to do the things that the hero can do, even if it's like in a set up environment.
Maybe Isaac. I don't think he wants to do that.
Isaac, what's your problem? Get with the program.
He's right now stuck in Jabu Jabu's belly.
Oh well, but the thing is, like, if Isaac were in Jabu Jabu's belly, he would be able to do it differently than he'd also be able to actually look around the room instead of trying to maneuver the camera, which is a nightmare.
That dungeon is horrible. Like, I know everyone hates on the water temple, but I prefer the water temple to Jabu Jabu's belly.
Yeah. Because Jabu Jabu's belly is so confusing. Because there are like multiple, there are like parts where like you can fall through.
Yeah, there's that like room with like 5 different like sinkholes, and like each one takes you like, and you never remember which one to go down. But it's like you'll fall into a room and you're like, oh, I needed the one just to the right of that, you know, because like you fall next to a platform you wanted to be on.
Yeah, and then you have to carry the princess around.
Yeah.
And
He didn't know she was in there or that there was a boomerang, so I can't imagine he's gotten too far.
oh yeah, there's a princess in there. You have to carry her around, and there's also a boomerang. You find that, and then you use it.
And then you immediately lose it by... Oh, I won't spoil that. I think I just spoiled something.
You get the boomerang.
It's a
But
thing.
not for long.
Yeah, this is his first Zelda game, by the way.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure I should have started him with Ocarina of Time.
Maybe
You may critique my choice there.
I feel like Wind Waker would be a good start.
Yeah, but I mean, thinking 3DS-wise, because he doesn't have a console.
3DS, definitely not Majora's Mask.
No.
But 3DS, maybe
mean-
like one of the Virtual Console
Yeah.
titles.
But see, I moved all my stuff over when I transferred data.
Honestly,
so-
my first Zelda games were the Oracle games.
Oh, yeah.
So
My first Zelda game was Zelda 2. And I'm still a fan of the series, so that's a feat right there.
it's definitely a good one.
Yeah. So I guess we talked about pretty much everything about the escape room. I guess when we see more details, because they haven't specified. Like maybe they'll do a video of it, like just showing you the room, like not showing you the puzzles, obviously, but something.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
NES Classic Edition is impossible to find.
Yeah.
Nintendo did it again. Darn you, Reggie. You need to make more of this stuff.
Yeah, just make more of them.
But
Just
seriously, like,
push
how
the
do
button that says faster and better.
how do they mess up this bad again?
I don't know.
Like, they knew the demand was there. They sold out of pre-orders in, like, a day.
I don't know, man. It's like these things are popping up all over the place on eBay at like the console is selling for $60.
Yeah, and it's like $500.
Yeah.
Like, the scalpers are like...
I haven't seen it for $500. I've seen it at like $200.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, day one, it was $500 to $600.
That's,
And I don't think anyone bought it. I hope no one
ridiculous.
bought it at that price.
They
Like,
better
I know
not
there's
have.
I know there's scalpers, but like that's overcharging for a scalper.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially since like Nintendo that same day confirmed that they're going to be producing more of these and releasing them, like a steady flow of them throughout the holiday season. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'll eventually get one, but I was at Best Buy like the other day and I asked the guy about him, and he said he got in because I think they open at 10. Best Buy does, and he got there like around 10 to work the morning shift, and there was a line all the way to Chipotle. Yeah.
For the
Yes, and they've been there since 8 o'clock. Like the line formed at 8 o'clock,
dang.
and there was like a steady line. There was like 100 or so people lined up, and they got about 25 units. So there were a lot of ticked off people.
They only got 25?
It was like 25 to 30, I think he said.
Oh wow, that's not good at all.
I mean, how did they mess up this bad? I'm still.
I don't know. It's
the amiibo thing all over again.
Yeah. It's good to hear that they're at least going to be keeping up with they're going to be doing a steady release of these, but it is kind of weird that like they didn't learn their lesson from the amiibo.
Yeah, because like they finally started producing the correct amount of amiibo, and now they're doing this. So.
Yeah. I don't want to hate on them too much because I don't know, it could be something that's like completely like we don't know about.
Yeah, they should tell us though. Like I think a lot of people get really mad at Nintendo for this, and they should explain themselves as to why this is happening.
Yeah,
because it's not happening in Japan.
No,
Japan did not have the amiibo problems, nor did Europe.
No, apparently everyone was going crazy over the Famicom, the mini Famicom Mini.
Which is actually quite a bit to import, so I think I'll stick with the NES Mini for now.
Maybe we can pull our resources, get the Famicom, and do a Let's Play.
Yeah, because I think there's 8. different games. Like I think there's 8 games that are different than the.
What if they made like an add-on to the Famicom Mini that opened up the disc system?
That would be really cool. I feel like they won't do that, but it would be
Probably
very cool.
probably not. But that's just like a
Wishful thinking there.
Yeah.
At least you get both controllers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy I think it's $10 for another controller.
Yeah.
The nice thing is though with these with the NES Classic Edition controllers, they work with your Wii and Wii U as a classic controller.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
which is really nice. And you can also use classic controllers as a second controller.
Yeah. So that's good. So if you've got one of those laying around,
Yeah. So
you're
they
good to
did
go.
something right.
But for every step forward, there's 2 steps back, right? The cords on those
2.5
controllers.
feet.
That's shorter than it was originally.
Originally it was like 5, 6. I don't remember how long it is, but I have an NES and it's way longer. It's at least double.
Mm-hmm. It's like nobody has first of all, nobody has an HD TV that's small enough to be that close to.
Yeah, and an HDMI cable because like you have to pull the whole system next to you,
Right.
and then it's like it's got to be plugged into the TV, and then you have to like wind it around to like I guess a table in front of you, or it's like you lay on the floor like a kid in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't get this.
So I mean, if people are making if they're extension cords for whatever input
Yeah.
the controller is, people are going to make a killing off of that.
Yeah, I've heard like they've actually sold quite a few like long HDMI cables.
Mm-hmm.
People have been buying replacement cables, so I guess the HDMI manufacturers are happy.
Yeah, whoever's in charge of that.
Yeah, there's so many brands there
Philips, maybe, I don't know.
making the CDI Classic
Yeah,
Edition.
the CDI HDMI,
What if they did that though?
the CDI Mini.
Yeah, they would sell They would seriously sell.
They
a lot of
would.
those.
Oh man, I would snatch one of those up.
The question is, do they have the rights to those games still?
Gosh, I don't know because I don't know if Nintendo does. Does Nintendo have the rights?
Does anyone have rights to those games?
Nintendo doesn't even acknowledge that those games exist.
Yeah.
Which the day that they do, will be a wondrous day. And I'm just waiting.
CDI Virtual Console games day 1 on Switch.
I'm just waiting for Nintendo to make their first official YouTube poop.
It would happen like in a direct or something.
Yeah.
Like it just in a direct, someone at NOA should be like in the background playing one of those CDI games. I think that would be perfect.
Like it's just like a screen in the background, like nobody's there, but it's just playing the cutscenes.
Yeah. Yeah, like when they acknowledge like the sitting on the floor, like kneeling on the floor and hitting the power pad buttons with your hands, like when Reggie was training, that was hilarious.
He was like lifting a barbell with like or dumbbell or whatever with like the 2 GameCubes on the end.
Yeah, that was such. Nintendo makes such great like terrible videos, like intentionally bad videos.
They're just charming. They're so charming. Like for everything that they do wrong, they still hold like a very dear place in our hearts.
Yeah, he was playing the Virtual Boy too, right? In that video? And he like fell over on.
I think he was like doing like tennis or something.
Yeah,
Mario Tennis.
Speaking of which, I really want a Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. Like just to own one, to say that I own a Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever remake it? They're pretty expensive.
I almost feel like they would like maybe make something similar to like what they did with the Mini. They would make like a
maybe make like a head strap this time.
Maybe
because like that stand is super awkward.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect height that you can't be like sitting while using it, or like laying down and using it.
Right.
So
I don't know if people have made like custom head mounts for it.
I'm sure that exists somewhere.
Yeah.
But,
For anyone who's dying to play one of 7 games.
I think there's less than 20, but I think there's around like 12, 15.
It's either 7 or 14. I don't know. Not a lot.
Yeah. Like the one good one from what I've heard is the Wario Land game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it shouldn't have been on Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
So we got really off topic here.
Yeah. Let's
We
see.
should maybe think about wrapping it up.
Probably. I mean, we're an hour 20 minutes recording.
Yeah. So anything else that you wanted to throw in this already like jam-packed rabbit trail episode?
Yeah. Let's end it with you said rabbits. Let's talk about rabbids.
Oh no.
There's a rumor. I don't know.
What
if
are
it's
you talking about?
Okay, I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's like an actual announcement. But one of the games that Ubisoft is making for the Switch is a Mario Rabid crossover RPG.
This has got to be a rumor.
Um,
This has got to be a rumor.
I mean, I don't think it is.
Charles is currently looking it up.
Yeah, I'm double checking.
There's no way.
I
There's
know.
no way.
I know. It's ridiculous. Super Mario and Rabbids crossover.
'Cause I know there
in
was a
development
rumor-
for Nintendo Switch. Prime source for Switch rumors. Oh, wait. Ubisoft is current. Okay, so it is a rumor, but it's from a reliable source.
Did
Mario
it say?
RPG
Is this-
Invasion of the Rabbids.
So wait, is it a
title.
Mario game with rabbits invading, or is it a rabbit game where like one of the rabbits thinks he's Mario?
The title will focus on the Mario universe being invaded by Ubisoft's Rabbids characters.
That sounds like the worst thing ever.
Some friend and some foe, and will feature a new Bowser form based around the design
no.
of the
No.
Rabbids as a recurring boss
No.
enemy. You want to hear the rest of this?
Do we?
There's a particular focus on Yoshi as a primary party member.
See, I was going to say there was a rumor a ways back that there was going to be a Yoshi Rabbids game. Which
Really?
thought-
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, and I was like, that's just so fake. That is beyond fake. But
So does this add a little more credence to that?
slightly, but I feel like someone could easily have taken the idea from the like Yoshi crossover and just messed with it.
Mm-hmm.
So continue, I guess.
Particular focus on Yoshi as a primary party member alongside a playable Rabbid.
Oh no.
The title will have a playable demo ready for press to experience in January and will feature a quick save system to ensure that saving is possible on short notice if the battery on the Switch handheld is running low.
Won't that be a feature with like every game? I guess it should be.
Yeah, that should be. Especially if you're going to have like a high-powered console.
Yeah, like when the it might be irritating, but like if the battery's like just about to die, it should just automatically save it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's see. Part of the planned press demo includes the Joy-Cons vibrating to imply a rabbit jumping into and out of them from the TV or handheld screen. The idea is to imply your system is infested with rabbits and that they could at any time jump out of your controller and interfere with gameplay. So that's kind of similar to what they did with Rabbids Go Home, where like it was like you had a rabbit inside of your Wii remote, and you could like actually go inside the remote and shake it around.
oh yeah, I kind of remember that. I never played it, but
I have it. We should play it sometime.
okay.
You could kind of like. So yeah, it looks like they're kind of bringing that aspect back to where they have like the rabbit inside of your device.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna say that I don't believe this rumor, but where do you fall on that?
Here's the thing. There's a sick part of me that wants this to exist. However, given the fact that Rayman didn't make an appearance, he only appeared in Smash Brothers as a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This almost seems too. Because here's the thing, though. It could exist. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like a very likely pairing. I will say that.
It doesn't.
So I'm honestly, I don't expect this thing to come out. But I am going to keep close tabs on this, and I will let you know if further evidence.
I'm sure I will get a notification, a message from you immediately.
Yes.
Upon this thing's official.
Yeah,
maybe
screenshots, gameplay.
Yeah, you believe it now.
There's an entire direct themed around it.
Like, what's with the rabbits, though? They just need to stop these, though.
They stopped them for a while.
But there's a TV show still.
There's a TV show?
Yeah, there's a whole TV show on Nickelodeon.
There is an active TV show.
There is one. Yes.
Is it like the same like Tak and the Power of Juju style bad 3D animation?
I haven't watched it, so I don't really know, but I just can't imagine it's good. I don't know if it's still running, but I know it was like last year.
Gee, golly.
You'll have to look this up. Are you a Rabbids fan?
I liked the Rabbids in the first game, and they got annoying very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was funny when they first came out, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, like these things are crazy!" Ha ha ha!
Yeah.
Blah.
But see, we thought there was going to be a real game that used them.
Yeah.
So
it was. Yeah, they really wore out their welcome pretty quickly. I think honestly the best game was Rabbids Go Home.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll have to play
I think that was really a good way to end the Rabbids legacy.
I feel like there were a couple more. No, there was a sequel to that one, the Rabbids in Time.
Oh yeah,
it was like the same kind of game, but just...
yeah, it was like party game.
Was it?
Was it? Wasn't it?
What genre is Rabbids Go Home?
Rabbids Go Home is it's kind of a Katamari sort of thing, except instead of growing bigger, you're just like trying to collect as many things.
Okay.
The premise of the game is that you're trying to build a pile large enough to reach the moon, because for some reason they think that that's where they need to go.
Okay, sounds like a...
And you run around like shopping malls and whatnot, gathering items and generally causing terror and havoc.
Okay. See, I think that was I think it was a similar thing with Rabbids in Time, but maybe it was just a minigame collection.
I thought Rabbids in Time was just a minigame thing. I could be wrong though.
So apparently the Rabbids did not go home.
No. I mean, spoiler alert, the pile never gets big enough.
Yeah.
And
I kind of figured as such. So
I think they actually end up destroying the world. So
that's not shocking.
No.
Anyways, we really need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much. I mean, there's going to be stuff I edit out, but
yeah. Well, hopefully next week we have more news about the potential Mario Rabbids RPG. Maybe we'll hear more about Miitopia.
Yeah, and I'll be getting Pokemon Sun later today. So
yeah, that's out now.
Yes,
Pokemon
it is
Sun
out today, as of this recording, the 18th.
Oh gosh, I just remembered another thing.
Oh no,
another rumor.
What?
Pokemon Stars for the Switch. So you know how there's Pokemon Red and then Pokemon Blue and then they came out with Pokemon Green.
No, it
was yellow, and then there was
Gold,
Silver, and Crystal.
Yeah. Now they haven't done that for a while, so.
Mm-hmm. There was a rumor that there was going to be like X, Y, and then Z was going to come out.
Yeah, and it seems like they've kind of put Z, or what they were going to make with Z, into Sun and Moon. Because like there's the whole, whatever the Z...
Zirigard or something.
Yeah, like you're finding like cells of him, and like eventually like putting him back together, and like you get stronger with each piece of him you find, so...
But what it sounded like is it's basically it's the yellow or crystal or emerald version of Sun and Moon. It's the same game, but with like tweaks here and there, and because it's on the Switch, higher resolution graphics, same layout and everything.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if this pans out. I would be excited to have a high resolution Pokemon game.
Yeah, I think I'd just rather than wait and just develop the new one, the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's just where I'm at. Kind of tired of because there's all the rumors of like Mario Kart 8.5 and all these games I've already played or are going to be playing, like getting a better version.
Yeah.
So I think I just already went on that rant earlier. So, anyways, I guess that's our show because we need to wrap this up.
I think we've pretty much talked ourselves hoarse. I know I've definitely talked myself hoarse. Yep. Thank you so much for listening.
I'm Zach Tussing.
I'm Charles Fillmore.
And this has been
QGP. Oh gosh, I already said thanks for listening. Goodbye. We're always looking for ways to offer new experiences, says Bowser.
We're always looking for new Mario.
We're just making some blooper reel material here.
Yeah.